And welcome to our third and final lesson on chapter 1 on introduction to cryptocurrency. In this lesson, we are going to cover how cryptocurrencies work. In our previous lesson, we covered different types of cryptocurrencies where we talked about altcoins, tokens, and Bitcoin. So today we are going to check how they work. On our lesson today, let's go to the first chapter or the first thing that we're going to talk about today. That is the blockchain technology. We've defined on our previous lesson what blockchain is. So blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies use blockchain technology to gain decentralization, transparency, and immutability. We've already covered what decentralization is, and I think transparency, you can now understand what that means. Immutability means that whatever is recorded on the blockchain cannot be changed. That means it's immutable. A blockchain is a chain of blocks, each containing a list of transactions. Like we discussed on our previous lesson about ledgers, so each block contains a list of all transactions. One block, once a block is added to the blockchain, it is nearly impossible to change, providing security and trust without the need of a central authority. If you've already covered the first and the second lesson keenly, I think that would be very easy for you to understand. So let's move on to mining. I think you've all heard about, people saying that they are mining Bitcoin, and there are these scams that have been running around where people tell you to deposit money and invest in Bitcoin mining, which most are, scams. But let's just understand what mining is. Mining is the process where new coins are generated and transactions are added to the blockchain. So the process of creating new coins, for example, Bitcoin, and adding the transactions, recording these transactions on the blockchain is called mining. Miners use powerful computers to solve complex mathematical problems. You remember when we said it runs on multiple computers called nodes. So these powerful computers solve complex mathematical problems that validate transactions. So how Bitcoin is created essentially, when you run the Bitcoin code on these computers, it solves some mathematical equations, and you are rewarded once you solve these blocks. Rather, you get your rewards in Bitcoin, and the reward keeps changing. So it depends. After every 4 years, Bitcoin is set. After every 4 years, that price or that reward is reduced by half. This is called Bitcoin halving. Let me add it here, Bitcoin halving. So Bitcoin halving is the Bitcoin halving is when the reward that a miner gets after solving a block is cut by half after every 4 years. So since 2009, every 4 years, if the price or the reward started at 10 bitcoins, after 4 years it goes to 5 bitcoin. After another 4 years, it goes to 2.25, and so on. So I think currently we are at 6.45 bitcoins, and each new block is created after every 10 minutes. New block is created after every 10, 10 minutes. So these the frequency. So once every 10 minutes passes, you know that 6.45 new bitcoins have been created, and this will go on for the next 140 years. That's when maybe you get a very small number that you can't even subdivide. Uh, Remember one Bitcoin. So for example, one Bitcoin is 100,000 satoshis. One BTC satoshis. So this is the basic. Satoshi is the basic unit of Bitcoin. So like we have, like for example, when we have the dollar and then we have cents. So for Bitcoin we have satoshis. I think from the history of Bitcoin, we know who Satoshi is. Satoshi Nakamoto. So I think he named the basic unit after his name. And this short explanation marks the end of our first chapter, or rather the third lesson. And in the next lesson, we'll cover the basics of cryptocurrency trading, which is why we are all here, including how to buy and sell cryptocurrency, how to use different exchanges, and the basics of technical and fundamental analysis. So please, this was just the introduction, this first chapter. So let's see you on the next one. Thank you.